For 3 years, my father made every major decision in my mother's company. Every contract, every risk, every move that shaped the entire business. But here's the strange part. No one knew he was involved. Not the employees, not the partners, not even the people who trusted her the most. Because officially, it was never his company. It was hers. My mother built that business from nothing, and I watched it happen. Long nights, constant pressure, sacrifices most people never see. But behind all of it was something I didn't understand at the time. So tell me this. If someone was shaping everything around you without anyone knowing, would you notice? Or would you only realize it too late? My mother was relentless. She worked like the company was breathing through her. Every decision mattered. Every mistake cost something. And slowly, people started to notice her, respect her. She became the face of the business, the voice behind every success story. But my father, he was different. He stayed in the background, always present, but never visible. Not in meetings, not in photos, not in public records, just there, quiet, observing. At the time, I thought he was just supportive, a husband helping his wife succeed. Nothing more, nothing suspicious. At least, that's what I believed. The first time I noticed something strange, it felt meaningless. My father mentioned a decision before it was announced. Not a guess, not a prediction, a fact. I remember pausing. He said it so casually, like it was already settled. I asked him how he knew. He just smiled, didn't answer. I let it go, because families don't question things like that immediately. You explain it away. Coincidence, luck, experience. But then it happened again, and again, and again. And slowly, coincidences stopped feeling like coincidences. They started feeling planned. You don't notice control all at once. You notice patterns. I started paying attention, not just to what decisions were made, but when they were made. They always followed conversations, private conversations, late at night, in rooms where only a few people were present, and every single time, he had been there. Not speaking loudly, not leading discussions, just listening, watching, guiding without touching anything directly. That's when something inside me shifted. This wasn't influence. This was something else, something deeper, something structured. One night, I saw a document left open on a desk. At first, it looked normal, business reports, notes, figures. But then I saw the comments. They weren't my mother's. They were his. Line by line, corrections, adjustments, direction. Not suggestions, decisions. My chest tightened because suddenly everything I thought I understood about the company didn't match what I was seeing. And once you see something like that, you can't unsee it. After that, I watched everything differently. Every meeting, every announcement, every official decision. It all had a pattern now, a structure. It wasn't random. It was guided, quietly, precisely, completely. And the hardest part? My mother never questioned it. Or maybe she didn't need to, because sometimes control doesn't look like force. Sometimes it looks like agreement, like trust, like silence. Eventually, I asked him, not directly at first, just enough to see his reaction. I mentioned decisions, timing, patterns. He listened carefully, then looked at me and smiled. Not defensively, not nervously, calm, unbothered. Like there was nothing to hide, because to him, there wasn't. And that scared me more than anything, because it meant he believed he was right. completely. Maybe he thought he was helping. Maybe he believed he was protecting everything my mother built. Or maybe he just didn't trust anyone else to hold control, not even her. For 3 years, everyone believed a story. Because it made sense. Because it was visible. Because it was easy. But truth doesn't depend on visibility. It doesn't need permission to exist. And the part I didn't understand until much later was that my mother might have known all along. She just never said it. Some stories don't end when you think they do, and some truths take time to surface. If you've ever looked back at something and realized it meant more than you thought at the time, you'll understand this. Subscribe, because the next story might feel a little too familiar.